Welcome to the Netivot Shalom Shir. We are going to be looking at one of the pieces of the Netivot Shalom from his little pamphlet on Hanukkah, this little pamphlet that he puts out on Hanukkah, that he put out on Hanukkah. And we're at page Samach Zion 67. And the topic is El Lirotam Bilvad. There's a halacha that when you light the Hanukkah candles, you're not allowed to use them. You can't use them to read by them, to do anything else by them, only to look at them. You have to simply stare at them at least for a half hour, because that's the time that they have to burn after lighting them. So after that, it doesn't matter. Actually, they say that part of the reason we have the shamash to light the candles with is that if somebody makes a mistake and actually starts to use this Chanukkah Menorah to read by, they can attribute it to the shamash, not to the Hanukkah candle. But you really should just try only to look at it. So that's what the halacha is, as we say, after we light the candles, aneros halal madlikim, and so on. He says, aneros halal kodesh, they're holy, as he says. I'm starting here now. You have no permission to use them, only to see them alone. What does it mean these lights are holy? What is the level of holiness that goes to them to the point that they're so holy that you can't use them for anything, only to look at them? You have to understand, Amrur, it says to see them alone. Not only can't you use them, you have to see them alone. Only see them. So it seems apparent that it's not fulfilling the mitzvah of the lights of Hanukkah only by lighting the Chanukkah Menorah. Part of the mitzvah is to look at the candles. As the sages tell us in Gemara Shabbos, Haroa ner Hanukkah mevorech. If you happen to be walking down the street on Hanukkah and you don't have an intent to light the candles in your own house that night, and you see somebody else's Hanukkah menorah lit, you should make a bracha on that menorah. Only if you're not going to light yourself later. Obviously, if you light yourself later, you don't make a bracha on that. But that's an interesting. That's what the Gemara says. Shalom b'shum mitzvah. We don't find any other mitzvah. Shatia mashmod liria. That the whole purpose of it, the whole concept, the ikar of the mitzvah, is to see it. Bilu b'ner Chanukah liros etzaneros uchelik ikri. You see that looking at the candles, staring at the candles, that's the major part of it. Tzadikim, she is talkos beneros Hanukkah isgula laharbe yanyonim, and it is said that the tzadikim, the righteous people who spend a lot of time looking at the burning Hanukkah candles, it's a segula, it's a sign that many good things will happen to them. Yesh lama b'zeh, and we can also say what there's the hine kasiv, as it says, kiner mitzvah Torah or, the light of a commandment. The light is a mitzvah, and Torah is light. V'yisur b'chazal, and the sages say, it's akin to somebody who's walking in the dark. If you light a candle, you light a light for that person, you will save him. He'll be saved from stumbling into a pit or running into bushes or anything else that would cause an impediment to his walking along. But lighting a light in the dark is not going to save you from robbers. It's going to give away your location. So, but the light of the day saves you from all these things. The robbers like to operate at night in darkness, except there's a lot of exceptions to it now, but certainly traditionally, robbers were afraid of getting caught and would operate in darkness, and the day would prevent that. And also, the day would enable you to see the boros, the pitfalls in front of you. Torah's Or, and this is the Torah of light. That the light of the day, it's like the light of the day that saves you from everything. Uperish Torah Or, Hu Ha'or HaGanuz. What is Torah Or? Torah Or is the hidden light. The hidden light, when the world was created, as he goes on to explain it, Or Ho'elakut Shediver B'Yom Rishon, the godly light that was created on the first day. These Chazal and the sages tell us, Shura Kadosh Baruch Hu she'ein ha'olam roi la'or hazeh amad. Hashem saw that this world, as it was at that point, as it was destined to be, was not worthy of seeing this Or Lakut, the light of God. So what did God do? So he hid it. He hid the light, Or Ganuz it's called. He hid the light in the Torah and those who study Torah. In other places it says, that he hid it away for the righteous. Or Hazehu Kodesh Kadoshim She'asur Tamish Bo. This light is holy of holies that you're prohibited from using. Ulefichach, HaTorah Shenignaz Bo Or Halakus Asur Tamish Bo. Therefore, the Torah that comes in this light, of this heavenly light, you're prohibited from using. Udishtamesh b'taga chalaf. As it says in Pirkei Avos, that you shouldn't use your Torah. You shouldn't hold it up and say that use it as a spade to get ahead of yourself, to bring kavod, honor to yourself. Look at me, I know all this Torah. That's not what Torah should be used like. You can't use it for that. You can't use it for an ulterior purpose. It says in the Pirkei Avos, don't make a spade to dig with. Don't let the Torah be a spade to let you get ahead. Torah has to be studied for the sake of studying Torah and not for some other ulterior purpose, not for just enjoyment. You can certainly have enjoyment when you're studying Torah, but you should understand that you're studying Torah as doing a mitzvah. Also the lights of Chanukkah, the Isa B'Sifrei HaKodesh, as are said in the holy books, Shenimshach bo ma'or ha-menorah she'or ha-ganuz, that what comes out of the light of the menorah, this is the light of the hidden light that God hid away at the beginning of the world. Therefore, these candles are holy. Because we see light from this menorah, the hidden light that is holy of holies. Therefore, you can't use them for any purpose, only to look at them alone. Just as any object of holiness you can't use for your own desires. In the Rosanu, The aspect of seeing is lafisha or hazeh aratosha b'neshama. This light is the light of the soul, the light of the neshama. Shemeiras nishmas Yehudi b'or. It lights up the soul of a Jew with the light of God. Variyahi koach panimi shel hamoach. This is this gives the inner power of your mind. Sheyesh lo shayches l'neshama, that is connected to the neshama. And this was the war that the Chashmonim had with the Greeks. The Greeks wanted to darken the eyes of the children of Israel. The war with the Greeks wasn't a war where the Greeks were trying to destroy us physically or kill us. They wanted to darken our eyes, keep our eyes from seeing the holiness of God, keep our eyes from seeing the importance of mitzvos. They were making dark the light of the neshama. They wanted the soul of the Jew to not feel the light of God. Therefore, they made a gezerah. They said, right on the horns of an ox, that the Jewish people will never have any part with the God of Israel. This is how they wanted to darken the souls of Bnei Israel. And against this, the remedy for this is the revelation of the Chanukkah light that lights up the neshama, the soul. Nimtza, and we can find, therefore, the whole purpose of the Chanukkah lights is to see them. Through seeing, you embody this light in yourself to light up your soul. Therefore, somebody who looks at the Chanukkah lights, just sits and watches them, is blessed. This light is eternal. As our sages say, all the tribes were bringing korbanos to the Mishkan, to the newly consecrated Mishkan, to the tabernacle, except for the tribe of Aaron, the tribe of Levi. And he, seeing that he wasn't asked to bring a sacrifice, he became worried. He was embarrassed about it. So Hashem said to Moshe, Emorlo, tell Aharon your brother, your mitzvah that we're going to command you to do is greater than the mitzvah bringing the korbanos of all the other tribes. Why? She'ata madlik umetivot haneros, you light and you arrange the candles. V'shalacha kayim la'ad, and these candles, these lights, will last forever. B'vor harambam, the Rambam says, shezek koi al ner Chanukah. What does it mean, last forever? We see that everything in the Beis Hamikdash came to an end, but the light of the menorah, according to the Ramban, this is the same light that we see on Chanukkah. So when you're looking at the lights of the menorah, you should visualize the menorah that was on the southern wall of the Beis Hamikdash and being lit. This represents that. So it lasts forever. It was never bottled. Why is it that only the light of the menorah remained forever? From all of the other utensils of the base of Mikdash, which are lost, the light of menorah remain. Mishum Shemabaladi or Holocaust, Hamer Israel, because without this godly light to light up Bnei Israel, without the light of the menorah, without knowing that we have this holy organus available to us, without knowing that, we would never be able to withstand the darkness of the various exiles we're in. Mitzvahs Chanukkah. Therefore, the mitzvah of Chanukkah, she a mitzvah achrona, which is the last of the 7 mitzvahs that the Rabbanan came up with. This is the last one. So also tiknu chachamim, on that mitzvah, the chachamim, the sages, established kodem sheyotzi Yisrael agolus harucha, before Bnei Israel went to this long exile, the Roman exile. Before they went there, so in Yanu Shaner Hazeh Yar Yisrael B'or Al-Kus, was that this light of the menorah should continue and light the Shema, every Jew, with the light of God. And because of this, Yochel Likayim B'Chashecha Galos, knowing that the menorah is there, knowing that this or is available to us, this light is available to us, that's what gives us the power to go through this great darkness of this exile. Klal Yisrael Yeshbo Koach Elyon. The body of Bnei Yisrael has a higher power. L'seis is called Yetzurim HaKoshim HaMorim, to be able to withstand all the difficult pains and troubles we've gone through. If a Jew feels close to God, because if he feels close to God, he has the power to bear everything, to withstand everything. Even the worst things, even when it seems that the light of God is hidden from us, and there's no way of bringing back this light. The galus is an aspect of the making dark the soul. As Hashem says, I will hide myself from you on this day. Because there's no God in, you will say, because God is not in my midst. That's why these bad things are happening. That's what you'll say to yourself, because God is not in my midst. You will no longer see the light of God, the Or HaLakut, the light of the menorah. The Mashiach, and the days close to Mashiach, the days that we're in now, Rav Yoter Hester it becomes darker and darker, and like this darkness is doubling and doubling. And this happens to all the nation of Israel as a whole, and to every Jew individually, both as a generality and as a specific. The worst thing is to feel that you're sitting in darkness. Therefore, if that happens, you're working with Torah in the dark. You're davening, you're praying to God in the dark. Even the very observance of Shabbos and the holiday, you're also doing that in dark. Because you're doing Torah in the midst of the darkness. You're praying in the midst of darkness. Shabbos and holidays are given over to darkness. Even the light of Amunah, of faith in God, that is genetically in the souls of Bnei Israel. We are believers, the children of believers. Even us who have this genetic emunah in God, still have our emunah darkened with the clarity of seeing darkened by what is happening to us in this galus. Just as it's the case in Gashmius, bodily things, material things, Gam mi shechasr lo aver. If somebody is missing a limb, afilu aver chayuni, even it's a very important limb that helps him live. Adayin enu choshu kameis. Without a limb, he's not considered as a dead person. But rak asuma choshu kameis. A blind person is considered like a dead person. Now, that means blind in the ability to see what's around you, not blind physically. Kach baruchnio, so too in spirituality. Gam mishal shalakavai the pagamim shalatim bo midos ros, those that are involved have bad things happening to them. Techuna ros, adayin choshe kameis. They're not considered like a dead person. But a blind person is one who doesn't see the light of God, and doesn't see the power of the Creator, the Bria, and the creation. That person who is not able to see that is like he's been cut off from his roots, and he is considered like a dead person. Despite this, when a Jew is totally immersed in darkness, aside Tasha's Choshech, darkness falls, the Laila, it's night, both Sirmos Kol Chayot Sayar, all the animals of the forest come out. Sh'ozmis Gabrim, Etzlo Kol Mini, Yitzorim, Afelim, all kinds of dark things. A Jew is then is subject to all kinds of dark things. Shem Shayche Alav B'chlal that he can't deal with. Yisrael Koach HaChoshech. That's the power of darkness. Va'etza Yechida. The unique advice. He Tizrach Hashemesh Yasafun. Is to make the light shine, make the sun shine. As it says, Bereshis Habriya, at the beginning of creation. Ba'aretz Hoysev Sohu Vo V'choshech. The earth was nothingness and darkness. Sho'etza Yechida Keneged Zeh, the advice, the unique advice against this. He Vayomer Hashem Yehi Or. Hashem said, "Let there be light." Vayihi Or, and there was light. Or Hoelakus. This is the godly light. Hameir es Kol HaMachshachim, that lights up all the darkness. V'zos Hashair HaKadosh Baruch Hu Rov Rachamav Chasad V'Klal Yisrael. And this is the light that God shines with His great mercy and kindness on the people of Israel. Sha'af shenistalko kol habechinot shel Beis Hamikdash. Even though all aspects of the Beis Hamikdash were destroyed, shalachal kaim lad. This mitzvah that was given to Aaron HaKohen of lighting the candle will last forever. Shenishar nera Chanukkah hameir ba'oro es kol hashana. The light of Hanukkah is a light where the light lasts all year long. Umakarin nitzotze ora b'nishmas Yehudi, and it brings closer the sparks of light to the neshama of a Jew. Shelo yitba b'choshech, so a Jew won't drown in the darkness. Zeo perush, and this is what it means. Hanerus halalu kodesh heim. These lights are holy. Beilan reshush lishtamish pohem el erosam. We can't make any use of them except to watch them. Herus lirosam, to watch them, because then the eyes of your soul, the windows to your soul will open up. Lirot et or halakut, to see the light of God. Hameir b'ner Chanukkah, that lights is lit in the lights of Chanukkah. Rayazu, and the proof of this, Einu b'bechinas muteres, muvateres, not that it's extra. Elohi mi'ikarei hachayuvim sh'al Yehudi. This is the fundamental obligation that's on a Jew. K'mod kosev, as it says, Ma Hashem Elokecha shoel meimach. What does God want from you? Ki'im liyira, only to fear Him. The Yisrael B'Sifrei HaKodesh in the Holy Book say the word sheyira. You look at the word to fear, osios ria. If you turn the letters around, they spell to see. Yira spells ria. Same word, except one is to fear, one is to see. Hainu sh'Hashem yisborach shoel me'Yehudi. God asks of the Jew as haria sheyira ba'or yisborach, that he should see the light of creation, the light of God. Koloshin harayvad, as the Rabbi said, b'balei hanefesh. He says, "Va'ata ben Adam, you, son of man, as einecha tifkach, open up your eyes, v'tira temunas yotzerecha, and see the picture of your Creator, homedet lefonecha negdecha, that stands before you all the time. V'hainu, and v'hainu haria b'einei haseichel. This means to see with the eyes of wisdom. She'oz michlal suma kvar yotza. Because when you see with the eyes of wisdom that there's a light of God that is surrounding us, you are out of the category of being a blind person. Or hazeh shel ner Chanukah, and this light of the Chanukah lights, he nitzchi, is eternal. Shekayim lo ad, it lasts forever. Yor ade or chadash, and will light until we have a new light, Al Sion Toyer, shining on Zion in the days of Mashiach. That's the purpose of Hanukkah. And that's the message you take with yourself, not only during Hanukkah itself, but you take that light to the rest of the world. It's your way to get through the darkness. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to turn the recording off.